Hey, what is going on, guys? I want you to think about your favorite Fortnite Project Era controller players that post videos and are at least decent at the game. Does Jarvis, or myself come to mind possibly? There's something all three of us have in common that you may not have noticed. We all put our shotguns in the first slot. But that's not a universal truth for good controller players. A great exception is Rezi. He does not put his shotgun in his first slot. If I recall correctly, he puts in a second slot, which is much more conventional. Now, why do some of us put our shotguns in the first slot? I'm going to demonstrate why today. Let's assume for a second you run a conventional loadout. So AR in slot 1, shotgun in slot 2, SMG in slot 3. Technically, it doesn't matter. You can put your shotgun in slot 3 or 4. The same thing is going to apply. But let's just assume you run a conventional loadout. And let's say there's an enemy wall right in front of you, and you want to do a very common move in Project Era, which is you're going to come pickaxe it, you're going to steal it, and then you're going to make an edit. And now, sure, an advanced player might, try and box them and, put a cone inside their box. But for today, we're just going to focus on taking the shot because that's where this really matters. And for many of you, that's going to be a very common move you're going to do. So what's the problem with putting your shotgun in the second slot or the third slot or fourth for that matter? It will not be instantly accessible upon doing this move of destroying a wall and taking it. If you build a wall and unbuild, you easily go back to your shotgun. If you pickaxe, unpickaxe, easily back to your shotgun. But if you pickaxe, build, you will not go back to your shotgun. Let me show you this slowly so you can see. I'm going to pickaxe this wall. Steal it. Now, see, it's now selected on the pickaxe. That means you can only go to right or left of your controller. So you can only go to your first slot, or you can go to your fifth slot. You cannot go to the second slot directly. What does this mean? When you steal a wall, I have second slot selected, steal the wall, make an edit. I now have to double click to get to your shotgun. Is that the biggest difference? No, it's not. But it is a tiny difference that could make, could be the difference between you being alive or dying, because your enemy will have just that little bit longer to pre-fire your edit. And that might make the difference, honestly. So it is something to think about. But if you put your shotgun in your first slot like this, and you go steal the wall, and you make the edit, instantly able to pull your shotgun. I'll do it more quickly so you can kind of see the difference. It's not huge, but it is there. Okay, that's when it's in the second. When it's in your first, it's like this. Not the biggest difference, and I'm not used to having a shotgun in this slot. So to be fair, it might be a bit slower than someone like Rezi who does this all the time. Is this going to take you from being a terrible Project Era player to the greatest player of all time overnight? No, it's not. And it probably will never make you the greatest Project Era player of all time. But it is a tiny advantage, and it's something worth considering. It's not going to make you go from, terrible to great, as I said. But these little optimizations can make the difference. So I do think if you think that's enough of an advantage for you, it might be something worth trying. So I hope this helps you, and I'll catch you in the next video.